A bald man once said, eras can come to an end. And Erik Ten Hag's era has come to
Yes.
an end. I
Yeah.
think it was
I
coming. I
mean,
think everyone knew it was coming. It was not a question of if, but a matter of when. And yeah,
yeah.
finally, United new management has pulled the trigger, and Erik Ten Hag's era has come to an end. Welcome to Ball and
Yeah.
Banter, people. My name is Chaitanya. I'm a lifelong Manchester United fan. I have Mr. Amay Jaikar with me, lifelong Chelsea supporter. And yeah, Amay,
Thank you.
what is your first reaction to this news?
To be honest, I don't know if I should be happy or I should be sad because it's going to be a new manager bounce once again for Chelsea, like when we play Man United. And yeah, it was always coming. I raha tha ye because I was surprised it took so long
Yeah,
to sack him because the results were really poor and the team, like, I don't know, मतलब कैसा मोरल था टीम में because consistently they were not winning games, and that only happens when there is like an unrest within. And he also picked fights with Ronaldo, De Gea, Sancho. If you see De Gea ने एक ट्वीट भी डाला है अभी कुछ तो
oh,
ट्विटर पे.
really?
Yeah, he's put some Italian में ऐसा that sign is there, right? He's put one tweet out. There was apparently Sancho also had posted something. I don't know
I'm
if that's
sure.
true or fake. Yeah,
I'm
but
sure. I
I
think
mean,
Twitter is
हाँ तो
currently just like taken over by the whole Erik Ten Hag news. But
it
yeah,
was coming.
it was coming. And I
I
think
would,
like what is pretty weird, right? Or like pretty telling is like last two manager sackings that have happened, two permanent manager sackings, Mourinho and then Ole Gunnar. I think very similar patterns where the players or the team played one good season, then the second season was like whatever. And by the third season, the wheels like completely just like fall off. So
yeah,
I'm not sure. Like sacking Erik Ten Hag probably is the easy thing to do, but I think there are bigger issues at Manchester United. I think seeing the
yeah,
same pattern year after year, manager after manager, I'm not sure what to expect anymore. Uh,
yeah.
I'm not very confident that we'll get a new manager and things will turn around. The news is that Ruud van Nistelrooy is going to be the interim manager till the
Interim
time
manager.
the club finds a new manager. So I think that is also kind of problematic, right? Like if they're
Yeah,
going to sack him, they should be scouting for a new manager, looking out to getting that in
yeah,
place, and then maybe they should have sacked Ten Hag. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's strange.
So, as a United fan, like you've been supporting the club, obviously you've seen changes of managers and stability is what we talk about, like since Ferguson retired. So, what do you think? Like, is it the players who have to take some ownership, or is it completely Ten Hag's fault? Because some players also, like the recruitment also, they did get players from like his previous clubs, but they've also not performed at that level. So, what do you think? Like, who should be majorly blamed for this mess? Because it's a clearly a mess. So, yeah,
Yeah, I think we'll get to know a lot. I think Chelsea के against जो game होगा उसके अंदर बहुत कुछ पता चलेगा. If there's a bounce back and the players suddenly like start playing very well, then I think there is a
yeah,
clear issue where the players have just like stopped playing for Ten Hag and they've thrown him under the bus. But yeah, the same thing happened with Ole Gunnar also. The players were playing very well for him for a season, season and a half, and then his last season things just like sort of fizzled out. Same thing happened with Mourinho as well, right? Like we had that season where we
yeah,
finished second. There was that season where we won Europa League, FA Cup under Mourinho. So yeah, we've had like very similar patterns. I think players need to take ownership for sure. Uh,
yeah,
and if you just see yesterday's game as well, I think if
yeah,
uh, I think everyone knew from that Tottenham game a few weeks ago that Erik Ten Hag's time is coming to an end. But if you take yesterday's game in isolation, even though the result wasn't in United's favor, we created a lot of chances in the first half, right?
yeah,
We could have
yeah,
easily been 2-3 nil ahead. Uh, I don't know. It's quite weird. How do you miss
yeah.
those chances?
I mean, I saw that Dalo miss and I was like, जानबूझ के मिस कर रहा है भाई ये तो. And
सही
Bruno भी
में.
दूर दूर से shots ले रहा है. And even like coming to Bruno, he's the captain, but he's got like two red cards in a row. So
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like a sabotage thing. Like internally, they've just decided कि we'll perform poorly and then this guy might just get sacked. So
I
I
don't know,
mean,
but how does
obviously
that
there's
help the
a
players as well? Like I don't understand that
that's
part. But yeah,
yeah.
let's see who gets in. But yeah, what do you think
Yeah,
about the Chelsea match? अभी चेल्सी के साथ खेलने वाले हैं, तो क्या लगता है कि प्लेयर रिएक्शन होगा कुछ? How will the uh, I think it makes that match a lot more interesting, right?
yeah,
So
yeah. The thing about Chelsea is that every time a new manager bounce happens, it mostly happens against Chelsea. There was one which happened against Everton. They were also something bottom. They got one guy there, Duncan Ferguson or something, and they won that game. Crystal Palace के सामने भी हुआ था, and Crystal Palace also nicked off a draw or something. Even if you remember,
yeah,
Carrick
yeah,
was an interim manager, and
correct.
even in that game, like it was a draw, and Chelsea like
It
created a
was
lot
right
of
after
chances, but then
Ole got sacked.
yeah, right
Yeah,
after Ole. So I don't know. Let's see. Abhi, Chelsea's in good form, but anything can happen. And I think we've not beaten United in like 10 seasons or something. I may be wrong. I think I don't even remember the last time we won at Old Trafford. So it's a boogie ground and anything can happen. So yeah,
पता नहीं
excited for
भाई,
the
कुछ
game.
भी हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो
कुछ
सकता
भी
है.
हो सकता है. हाँ.
मे बी
प्रीमियर लीग
आई
में तो
जस्ट
कुछ भी हो
होप,
सकता है.
एक तो अभी ये रूड वैन निस्टेलरॉय इंटरिम मैनेजर आना है, इतना टेंशन वाली चीज है, बिकॉज आई कैन सी लाइक अ
हाँ.
सिमिलर थिंग हैपनिंग टू रूड दैट हैपेंड विद ओले, कि एकदम वाइब्स पे
Yeah.
एक्स यूनाइटेड
Vibes
लेजेंड
FC. Yeah.
कमिंग इन विद वेरी लिमिटेड फर्स्ट टीम कोचिंग एक्सपीरियंस, एंड अगर उसने कुछ
Yeah.
5-6 मैचेस जिता दिए अच्छे से, द फैन क्लब विल अगेन गो क्रेजी. दे विल
Yeah.
पुट हिम ऑन अ पेडेस्टल की भाई इसको ही अभी परमानेंट मैनेजर बनाओ. बट आई डोंट
Right.
नो, talking of like potential replacements, right? Like
Yeah.
having one good
I wanted
replacement.
to ask you, Boy, कि who are your choices to replace him?
Yeah, I
Like
would have gone.
I saw talks of Javi or something. His son apparently was wearing a United shirt or something like that.
अरे
तो
that's
वो image
a,
circulate हो
I
रहा है.
don't know, मतलब it's a coincidence I feel भाई, मतलब यूनाइटेड की जर्सी तो बहुत
Yeah.
बच्चे पहन के घूमते हैं वो अभी.
हाँ, वो
टाइमिंग
भी
ऐसा
है.
हो गया होगा कि फोटो डाल दी होगी. Javi, I don't know if he will come to United. But if he does
हाँ.
end up coming, then that whole picture makes there's a different story
Sense.
than behind that.
Yeah.
But yeah, talking of potential replacements, I would have loved Thomas Tuchel at Manchester United.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he would
Yeah.
have been superb. One charismatic manager who has like a winning mentality, has managed a big club in England before. अभी तो पता नहीं यार
Won the
ऑप्शन क्या
Champions
है.
League.
Won the
ये तो
champion.
I don't know. I mean, there's no one available as such. तो कोई दूसरे क्लब से ही अभी like there's that Thomas Frank, there's that sporting guy Amorim. I saw these links.
ये सब
तो
नहीं
अभी
चलने
कोई
वाला है
ऐसा
भाई यूनाइटेड पे.
हाँ. There's Max Allegri, Juventus का. He's like a
या
born winner type thing.
बट आई
But
थिंक गिवन ये
then again,
इनियोस वाले जो हैं, आई थिंक दे हैव अ कनेक्शन विद, अनफॉर्चुनेटली विद
yeah,
गैरेथ साउथगेट एंड ग्रैम पॉटर बोथ. सो देयर इज
yeah,
वर्ड दैट वी माइट सी वन ऑफ देम कमिंग इन. मतलब
yeah.
दोनों ही ऑप्शन मेरे को बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं है, टू बी ऑनेस्ट. गैरेथ
हाँ.
साउथगेट आ गया तो भाई बंद करना पड़ेगा, फुटबॉल ही
Yeah.
देखना कंप्लीटली बंद करना पड़ेगा. बट या आई डोंट
मुझे
सी एनी अदर, लाइक देयर इज नो अदर ऑब्वियस कैंडिडेट, सो नॉट श्योर.
yeah. There's
Cool, but
Zidane, but then Zidane is apparently learning English to reject United. वो तो
जिदान तो नहीं आने वाला
वो
ब्रो. Why will he spoil his
then
legacy of winning what fucking three
that's
four
also true.
Champions League back to back at Real Madrid, and then he'll come to United relegation battle के लिए?
हाँ.
Don't think so. But yeah,
So
I think
uh,
moving on, I think this is a new story that we'll keep a close eye on. But a lot of other
yeah,
interesting matches also took place, right, this weekend. Uh,
yeah,
I think before we go to the Chelsea game, we'll just quickly touch upon the Arsenal Liverpool game as well. क्या लगा? Did
yeah.
you watch the match? What were your thoughts?
Yes, yes. I watched the match. It was quite an intense game. Arsenal dominated for quite a lot of that game, and
Hmm.
eventually they got back to those park the bus tactics. But then उनके भी काफी injuries हुए in game. Like I think two of the defenders got injured, and
Gabriel
it
भी
was
went off.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Liverpool looked quite lackluster in that game, but then somehow
In the
Trent
end,
passes to
dude,
Salah, and
yeah.
yeah,
Like in the end, I felt
Trent
like
passes,
they'll hit
yeah,
a winner only.
they'll get a
The way
winner,
last few minutes they were playing,
yeah,
momentum है. But I don't know,
yeah.
Arsenal
But it
gives me
was
very like Mourinho Chelsea vibes right now.
Mourinho, yeah.
है ना?
Except for the winning part, except for winning titles, they are doing everything. So coming second is a trophy for that club. So on their way to, I think, finishing second or third this season.
Like Mikel Arteta ka arc, like from 2 years ago, playing like all out attacking
Yeah,
football. Now full
yeah.
उसने defense fix करते now has become a proper defensive team and no like
भाई सात
attacking.
सात डिफेंसिव मिडफील्डर, सात डिफेंसिव प्लेयर्स खेलता है वो. तो भाई क्या मतलब, he's only reliant on Saka and Havertz for goals and set pieces. तो जो
Yeah,
भी like they both these teams, if you see, they scored via set pieces. Liverpool and Arsenal also, like that Merino का भी goal corner से आया, and even Virgil van Dijk scored from a corner. So both these teams are like very good from set pieces.
but to be
But yeah, I
honest, like
mean,
they've been very Arsenal have been very good, right? Like मतलब almost हर
very good.
दूसरे
Yeah,
मैच में वो लोग set piece मारते हैं.
set
So
piece
whatever
मारते
they
हैं.
are doing, it's working for them. But the real winner of
Yeah,
this game was Manchester City, I think. ये लोग ने draw कर
yeah,
दिया तो अभी
yeah.
City, anyways, it's going to be very
City
tough
on
to
top.
catch them. And अब इसके बाद
Yeah,
तो भाई बहुत ही मुश्किल है. I don't know.
yeah.
But yeah, I think
And
couple of contentious VAR decisions right this weekend. What did you
yes,
think about
yes,
that
yes.
Delict penalty in United versus West Ham? मेरे को तो बहुत shady
So
लगा
I have
भाई को.
I have no idea how he's overturned that after looking at that, because I think Danny Ings has handballed the ball.
हाँ,
Handball था उसमें, and I don't know if Delict actually tackled him कि कैसे था, मतलब VAR is just like it's
बहुत
a
ही
scam
बिजार
basically at this
पेनल्टी था
point.
यार, एंड लाइक सब कुछ हो गया
Yeah,
था एंड उसके कुछ देर के बाद दैट रेफरी वाज कॉल्ड टू द मॉनिटर एंड आई थिंक दिस
yeah.
दीस गाइस नो व्हेनेवर दे गेट कॉल्ड टू द स्क्रीन दे आर कंपेल्ड टू लाइक
मतलब
ओवरटर्न देयर डिसीजन.
overturn.
मैं कहा
Yeah, so it's
भाई
the
तुम लोग
same.
दिख रहा है तुम्हें कि नहीं है वो, बट वो उसको जस्ट बिकॉज उसको बोला है कि यू गो एंड सी दे हैव टू ओवरटर्न इट.
Yeah.
आई थिंक
एंड
समथिंग.
हैंडबॉल था भाई उसमें. आई डोंट नो इफ द रेफरी थॉट दैट अ यूनाइटेड प्लेयर हैड हैंडबॉल्ड इट, कि क्या मतलब उधर कंफ्यूजन हुआ. सो आई हैव नो क्लू. एंड द सेम थिंग हैपेंड इन द चेल्सी गेम आल्सो, where like Nkunku got fouled. The referee gave the penalty, and then VAR said ki not a penalty, so the referee reversed the decision. So it's like very
वियर्ड
shady at this point. So
वियर्ड
yeah,
वियर्ड.
can't be trusted at
I
all.
think even Liverpool and Arsenal game, I think had like a couple of
Yeah,
contentious decisions, right? I think एक Arsenal ने एक goal score किया था end में that got overturned and मतलब
overturned. Yeah, he blew the whistle
50-50.
pehle hi or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like.
So
I think in cricket they've got that whole third umpire thing pretty well, pretty
the
good. And like
umpire's call thing. Yeah,
अभी football में I think they are still a bit far away. But yeah,
yeah.
speaking of Chelsea, हमें क्या भाई चेल्सी तो काफी strong लग रहा है यार. Like they are looking nailed on for top four. And
They are looking,
in the
yeah,
words
Cole
of
Palmer
Jose
FC,
Mourinho, they could be the third horse in the two horse.
third horse.
क्या लगता
I
है?
think I mean, I don't think title contenders hai abhi tak, because the defense is
Yeah,
not sorted yet. And we don't score enough set piece goals, which the other three teams scored. But yeah, the week was pretty good for Chelsea also, because Arsenal, Liverpool drew, Aston Villa also drew,
yeah.
Brighton also drew. So yeah, results, and Spurs also lost. So these were good results for Chelsea actually. So yeah, I mean, let's see. I think we can
सही है.
finish top four this season, because
Yeah, yeah. I
I
think
think our Cole Palmer is like on fire, bro. If you saw that pass, it is like it is like a once in a lifetime pass which he played. It's like peak De Bruyne levels. And
yeah,
even the goal, bro. I mean, the goal angle se जिसने जो finish मारा है, it's like I think only 1% of the players finish that.
yeah, yeah.
And
On
he's like
form,
so,
he's easily the best
yeah,
player in the league right now. On form,
yeah.
no doubt.
And उसमें कुछ मतलब ego, मतलब I don't see any ego in him also, because if you ask him like if you watch his post match interviews, they are like, हाँ बस यही काम है, I get paid for it, I do it, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, ego मतलब I think he oozes a lot of like ऐसा क्या. He's very
Yeah,
confident, dude. मतलब ऐसा
he's very confident.
कुछ
Yeah,
हुआ नहीं. He's just like हाँ मैं आएगा गोल मारेगा चले
uh,
जाएगा कोई सीन. Just like everyday life. But yeah, Chelsea
yeah,
is at fifth on the table. एस्टन विला तुम लोग से एक
yeah,
पॉइंट आ गया है. आर्सेनल भी सिर्फ एक ही पॉइंट आ गया है. ओह डैम.
हाँ,
एंड लिवरपूल
yeah,
इज ऑन 22 पॉइंट्स. सिटी इज ऑन 23 पॉइंट्स. Dude, Arsenal
yeah,
can forget about the title. I think they are out of it. City is
yeah.
already
I
5
mean,
points ahead of them, and Liverpool is 4 points ahead of them. I
yeah,
don't, unless they
it's going to be
absolutely turn
tight,
it
bro.
around in the second half of the season. But मुश्किल है भाई. ये साका वाका को वापस इंजरी कुछ हो गया तो खत्म है इनका टीम.
So Gabriel injured हो गया, so I think,
Yeah.
and
Without
Odegaard had
Gabriel and
prolonged some injury.
Saliba, I think they'll
Yeah,
struggle quite a lot.
they'll struggle. Yes,
But yeah, I think another big game that took place this weekend, the one,
the
the
El
one game that
Clasico.
everyone watches in La Liga, El Clasico. भाई देखा क्या मैच देखा क्या.
Yeah, भाई
बजा
एल
दिया यार
क्लासिको
ये.
का हाई But El Clasico का hype like till the last till this season I think थोड़ा सा hype है because
Yeah.
of Mbappe and Lamine Yamal and all these
No,
guys.
I think
But
this
like
year,
previous season there was
yeah, I
there
think
is a
this season
good
that
enough
fight
hype.
is back, right? Like both of them are
Yeah.
pretty close in
Bro, but
terms of. I think
this
last 2 years, Barcelona was kind of struggling, but they would still sort of turn up in these El Clasico matches, right? बट भाई ये तो कार्लो एंचेलोटी को सैक करवाएंगे ये लोग बेच
भाई
मतलब
क्या
वो बजा दिया एकदम
मैंने पहले ही प्रेडिक्ट किया था इट विल बी लाइक अ एमआई सिचुएशन एट मैड्रिड व्हेन एम्बापे जॉइंड देयर लाइक टू मेनी ईगोइस्टिक प्लेयर्स देयर
मतलब इट्स द
and I don't
क्लासिक
know. Yeah, it's the classic MI thing which has happened there. But Barca, bro, I mean,
गैलेक्टिकोस हांसी
Hansi Flick has banged 4 goals against Bayern, followed that with 4 goals against Madrid. Even
भाई
the most
ये
optimistic Barca fans wouldn't have,
सही में किसी ने एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया होगा
predicted
भाई
that.
हांसी फ्लिक ये पेप
हाँ,
गार्डियोला और ये सबको भूलो भाई हांसी फ्लिक कुछ तो मैजिक कर रहा
Hansi
है
Flick underrated. और बच्चे खेल रहे हैं भाई सब
बच्चे
17-18 साल के
ब्रो
बच्चे खेल रहे हैं वो कौन कसाडो लमीन यमाल कुबरासी some these guys are playing
राफीनिया को क्या हो गया
17
भाई
18
राफीनिया
Rafinha bro
कहाँ
he
से
is
कहाँ पहुंच
he
गया
is भाई
किलिंग
वो
इट
लेफ्ट फुटर है वो राइट फुट से गोल मार रहा है कुछ भी
सही
हो रहा है
में
ब्रो लेवेंडोव्स्की आल्सो लास्ट सीजन आई रिमेंबर मेनी बार्सा फैन अब्यूज्ड हिम वो गोल मार रहा है भाई कुछ भी
He's
चल रहा है
been
उधर
like dead
मतलब
and buried. लेवेंडोस्की के बारे
या
में भूल ही गया था मैं कि भाई ये अभी भी खेल रहा है करके.
या
But he came
एंड
and
दे हैव
banged
प्लेयर्स
in good.
इंजर्ड ऊपर
He could have
एंड दे
scored
हैव
3 more goals in the same
हैट्रिक
match.
या ही
Yeah,
कुड हैव स्कोर्ड अ हैट्रिक
at least there were 2 goals that he could have easily scored more.
या या
तो पता
बट
नहीं
या
क्या लगता है.
बैड
I
वीक
think
फॉर
ऐसे ही चलते
बैड
रहे
वीक
तो
फॉर
I think
मैड्रिड एक्चुअली
या एंचेलोटी जाएगा ऐसे ही चलते रहा तो. वैसे भी
हाँ
मैड्रिड तो that Florentino Perez is very trigger happy. Carlo might get sacked.
ब्रो वो क्लब चैंपियंस लीग पे डिपेंड लाइक इवन इन द चैंपियंस लीग दे वर लाइक 2-0 डाउन टू डॉर्टमंड बट दे स्कोर्ड लाइक 5 तो कमबैक कर दिया था मैड्रिड ने तो आई थिंक
That is true,
इफ
but
ही विंस
like with Mbappe in the team, मतलब with Vinicius, everyone thought they'll just walk the league, right? Like कि मतलब भाई given
या
है इनका
इजी इजी वो
ला
तो था
लीगा
ही
तो ये लोग 100% जीतने ही वाले हैं. But that is not the
हाँ
case right now. Like if you look at the La Liga table, Barcelona is 6 points ahead of Real Madrid.
6 points है आई थिंक दैट
Six
दैट
points
टाइटल रेस इज
ahead,
डन मोस्टली आई
dude.
थिंक
मतलब that is
या
embarrassing almost.
बट
But
आई एम
yeah,
इम्प्रेस्ड विद हांसी फ्लिक मैन दिस वाज लाइक नॉट as expected. I think United could have gone for him, bro. He was like jobless for quite a time,
अरे
long time.
हमें भाई मैं तेरे को प्रॉब्लम बताऊं क्या क्या है यूनाइटेड में कोई भी आ जाए वी विल फकिंग स्पॉइल दैट मैनेजर आई विल टेल यू लाइक इफ एरिक टेन हाग वाज स्टिल इन द डच लीग एंड hypothetically if he would have joined Liverpool instead of United he would have been giving them similar results that what Arne Slot is doing और
Arne
अगर
Slot.
फ्लिप हुआ था और
Yeah.
Arne Slot यूनाइटेड आया होता he would have failed at United मतलब यूनाइटेड
Yeah.
का
It's
जॉब
like
है यार इट्स अ कॉम्प्लिकेटेड जॉब it has to be like a very
toxicity, toxicity
toxicity
that is
plus
peak.
like बहुत प्रेशर है प्लेयर्स ऑल्सो लुक बॉक डाउन मतलब दिस सीजन तो
Yeah.
इवन द न्यू प्लेयर्स हु केम इन दे प्ले 2-3 गुड गेम्स बट एज सुन एज लाइक वन बैड परफॉर्मेंस कम्स इन दे नो हाउ मच क्रिटिसिज्म इज कमिंग देयर वे उनको पता है
Yeah.
भाई अगले दिन ऑल द हेडलाइंस आर गोना बी अबाउट देम so they automatically like you look at Delict first couple of games he was very good Mazraoui
Yeah.
he started the season so well and he's looking a little
Yeah.
lost our last few games uh,
Yeah.
so many examples, right? Like players coming in.
Bro.
Xerxes also first couple of games he played all right, but after that, by
Yeah. He scored right on debut.
yeah, he scored on
He
debut.
scored on
After
debut.
that, also he had a couple of good games, but वो वही यार like but there is too much pressure at the club, so you need like the perfect
Yeah.
manager who can take the pressure of the players, get them to perform, and
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see
I
who
think
it's
it's
going
the
to be.
toughest job there out there.
Yeah.
And जो भी आएगा मतलब he would have balls of steel to come there and turn it
Either
around.
balls of steel or like he'll be like
or brain dead or
stupid,
whatever.
stupid
Yeah.
idiot who will
Yeah.
be like ये मोरिनियो नहीं कर पाया वेनगाल नहीं कर पाया
Yeah.
ओले नहीं कर पाया टेनाग नहीं कर पाया बट मैं करके दिखाएगा
I have a perfect candidate, bro, for this.
who
Sam Allardyce. Sam Allardyce or that guy, the Crystal Palace guy, bro. Roy Hodgson.
Roy
These
Hodgson
two
yeah
legends.
classic English managers Sam
Yeah,
Allardyce
classic.
long ball
Yeah,
tactics root to the
long ball.
football
That Tony Pulis also, bro. Stoke City, peak Stoke City खेलना चाहिए यूनाइटेड को.
अभी भाई यूनाइटेड रेलीगेशन बैटल में है जिस हिसाब से फॉर्म चल रहा है, सो वी माइट
Yeah,
नीड सैम एलर्डाइस और टोनी प्यूलिस सर्विसेज.
yeah,
बट
yeah,
या लेट्स सी हाउ इट गोज. But yeah, I
yeah.
think from this week's Banter PL review, I think that's about it. And yeah, anything else to add, Amay?
No, I think I'm pretty looking forward to Chelsea versus United now. Let's see.
Yeah, come
काफी
on. Yeah,
interesting
I think
होगा.
it makes that game
And
slightly more
yeah,
interesting, right? I think I'm
yeah,
also
yeah.
curious to see how the players react. But ये players भी साले हरामी है भाई. वो देखना भी अगले हफ्ते सब अच्छे से खेलेंगे. एकदम से सब फ्री फ्लोइंग फुटबॉल देखने
Snakes, bro.
मिलेगा. Let's see.
और
Let's
वो भी
see.
at the cost of Chelsea है. I hope ऐसा ना हो. But let's see. It should be a fun game at least. Yeah.
Done. Cool. All right, that's it from us.
Yes.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here. Like this video
Like,
and also
share, subscribe.
comment and tell us who you think
Subscribe,
should be United's next manager. All right.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
आज के लिए फिलहाल इतना ही. आपकी तरह मैं भी मायूस हूँ, लेकिन उम्मीद पर दुनिया कायम है. दिल दुखा है लेकिन टूटा तो नहीं है, और उम्मीद का दामन छूटा तो नहीं है. इसलिए आज के लिए इतना ही.